Yo, what's good, boys? We are back at it again with another MLB The Show 25 video for you guys. In today's video, we're going to be doing some myth busting. Been hearing some rumors about a stub making method that is free, or is OP, or however you want to say. So today we're going to do some myth busting because my account is loaded. My binder has not been cleared out in forever, and I can't be bothered with selling, 300 silver cards for 50 stubs a piece. So we're gonna try out exchanges. I heard they're crazy. I would imagine if you do this exchange and you get like a Max Fried or somebody that's projected to go diamond, then you're up a ton. And if you're exchanging 479s for an 80, you're probably down. So it's probably not free stubs, but on aggregate, most people are saying it's profit. So we're gonna do some myth busting. I'm going to dump my entire binder into this for you guys, and we'll see how much we work out with. So you can see I have a million just silvers piling up. If they haven't got roster updated, if they weren't golds in the past, they've just been sitting in the binder. So the way I would approach this is like Yelich, not touching them, because if you check his price here, he's priced as a gold already. He's between like an 80 and 82 overall is how he's being priced right now. So I'll keep him. Tommy Canley, pretty close. Tigers bullpen guy. Hassan Kim's pretty close. Brent Rooker's pretty close. So you see, I'm going through, and if somebody's price is a gold, like, I'm just not going to touch them. So that's what I'm doing. Like, Colton Cowser, I'd be exchanging. Schwellenbach's pretty close. Andrew Abbott, pretty close. Jose Alvarado, done for at least half the year, if not the full year. I forget how long his suspension is. So he's just fodder for this exchange. So I'm going to make as many of these as possible, and we're going to open them, and I'll just kind of track how many stubs we made, not how much we put into this, because I'm assuming it's going to be free, because I was never going to clear out my binder of these silvers anyway. And they haven't done like traditional Team Affinity exchanges, at least not up until this point. So if you enjoy, leave a like, subscribe, and we'll see how many we make. All right, real quick while I'm going through these, just want to point this out, and I'll point out any other ones I see like this. Will Vest being a 76 while being one of, if not the best reliever in baseball right now, is certainly a choice. So if you wanted to get in on him, I'm not sure exactly what overall he's priced at because I don't keep track of all the silvers and whatnot. But I mean, he could very easily go gold, in my opinion, I would think. Maybe he's got like a walks issue or something, but I mean, I don't think it would be super unrealistic for them to just give him his inside edge right now and then some walks or even pitching clutch. And he would easily be a gold. So not necessarily investment advice, but just something I noticed while I'm going through here. Am I still adding him to this collection? Absolutely, because he's 76. But if you are looking for investment candidates, that's a good one. Junior Caminero, another one worth mentioning. You can see he's already priced as between 80 and 81 overall. With the way they've been on roster upgrades and like just how good Junior's been, wouldn't be shocked if he exceeds that. So again, not necessarily investment advice, but just if you have Junior Caminero, I probably wouldn't be selling or buying or exchanging him for sure. All right, I think we have our next big candidate here, Randy Rodriguez. He is priced as like an 83 overall right now. So if you have Randy Rodriguez, would not be exchanging him. So something to keep an eye out for. Muncie's also priced as a gold. I'm a little skeptical if he'll actually get there. But just do not exchange Randy if you end up doing this. James Wood, another one. A lot after you get to like these 78s, these are guys that can very easily make the jump to gold if they've been decent. So unless they're just like free agents, I would be checking their prices every single time. So if you guys were curious, we just did the quick math. The cheapest way to do these is 75. So that's how I'm going to price it. I'm going to price every pack as 500 stubs. So each of these, we need to make 500 or more. And we have 97 of them. I don't know if you can pull a diamond. Yeah, I don't think you can pull diamonds out of this. It's not like a gold topper. So we are into this for, let's do some quick math here. We're in about 50K stubs. So We need to make more than 48,000 subs in order to come out profitable here. So I'll probably just show you guys the highlights and not sit here and open 97 of these. So, but I gotta show you guys the first one, right? Okay, so that's a dub already. This is gotta pay for 4 exchanges after tax. Pulling a card like Rasmussen, I'm probably either going to hold it until the day before the roster update and then decide what to do with it, or I'm just gonna outright sell it now for profit. And that's just kind of how we're gonna operate through all of this. See if we can't stay hot in back-to-back packs. So Estrada 900, so we made what, 400 subs there, assuming we did all of these in the cheapest manner possible, which we definitely did not. We put some 79s in there. So far, everything's coming up Millhouse. It's all dubs. But I'm sure, yeah, so there's an 81, still make 100 stubs on it. If you did 79s, I think you would be losing stubs here, but I think that covers like 78 and under. Easy subs there. 84s are obviously a huge stub. And there's our first L, and it is Fernando Cruz, who has been pretty good, but he's not priced as though he's gonna get updated, so that's just a flat L. Same for Garrett Clevenger. Usually if they don't have any sell orders, it's usually not a good sign. So Bryce Terang makes up for, I think, the last 2. So far it's holding up. Like, if you're just looking for a way to clear out your binder, if you're lazy, this is a great way to do it. And if you're quick selling these as you go / filling orders, then you're chilling, and you won't have to clear out your binder again. So Max Fried here, this is the poster child. This is the pool you want. I'm pretty sure everybody expects him to go diamond. He's not priced as such, so maybe some people think he'll get trolled and stay at 84, but that's a really good one. So I'm only going to show you guys highlights from this point, because most of them are just going to be like Shea Langoliers. We'll lose 100 stubs, we'll make 100 stubs. I'm only really going to show you the huge dubs, like Teoscar Hernandez, for instance. Julio, another pretty nice dub. I'm falling behind a little bit because I am actually keeping track of them now. I'm realizing I should have done that, so I'll rewatch the video at the end and kind of give you guys a better total of how many we ended up actually making. But J-Rod's a huge dub, Max Fried's a huge dub, and then we got Wilyer Abreu, who I didn't even show. That's 1,500 subs, so far it's kind of showing it's adding up. No, you get some L's like that. I don't even think I'm gonna keep track of the stubs. I think we'll just do it at the end, because honestly, like, I just want to fly through these, and it feels like on most of these you're making 400 stubs. Maybe I'm just getting really lucky and having like outlier type luck, but I mean, that Andres Jimenez covers you. You could have put 5 79s in, and the Andres Jimenez is good for it. Same for Jeff Hoffman. So it seems pretty safe with, like, you know, infinite upside. Like, even this Class A, you sell them, you make like an extra 40 subs over if you just quick sold them. So as long as you're being diligent and actually like creating orders with a lot of these cards and not just, you know, quick selling them or selling them and losing stubs, then it feels like a pretty foolproof method. Maybe not to make stubs. I don't know if I would go out of my way to buy cards to do this, but it feels like a pretty foolproof way to just clear your binder out, honestly. So Bellinger there, Pablo Lopez, that's back-to-back 1,500 sub pulls. That's 3K right there, and then Lodolo kind of offsets that a little bit. So Seiya Suzuki, he's priced as in between an 84 and a diamond. So, you know, that's a close to 3,000 sub pull right there. Real Muto, you know, I'm assuming we lose about 200 subs on that. Another Pablo Lopez. So we're just absolutely rolling. I don't really know. We're less than halfway through, and I feel like we've already made a lot of our value. I don't really know like what gold you're really hunting. Like Manny Machado's priced is firmly over a diamond at this point. Everybody seems to know that he's going diamond. If you have anybody like Teoscar Hernandez, they're probably quick sell, because if they don't have a buy order or a sell order in for them, that means people think they're going down. Might as well quick sell them and get the most amount of stubs. Rasmussen seems to be a pretty good pull. Jeremy Pena is a pretty good pull, so we'll be on the lookout for him. Rodon is a good pull. I think people have soured on him a little bit after the Red Sox game, but Chris Bubich is a huge one. That was a huge like roster update guy where he started the year as a silver. So if you are for some reason still holding Chris Bubich, that's a pretty good one. Gabe Spire is quite a bit over his quick sell value. So we've got some names to look out for. There's no like marquee ones. There's no like 5K golds like, you know, Mason Miller or something where the whole world knew he was going above an 85. Or like PCA. I think a lot of people knew PCA would go up. Mackenzie Gore, not a terrible one. So again, I'm just going to show you guys the highlights. You don't have to see Cedric Mullins. So I skipped it. I got in that mode. But Mackenzie Gore, not terrible. But we got Jacob Wilson, who I think is an 80 overall, priced as a like an 84 potentially. Some people seem to think he'll go diamond, considering he's priced at like 1,700 subs. But I think the most likely outcome is like 83, 84 gold. I don't think they're going to be overly aggressive. Future Tiger shortstop, Bichette, so that's fire. Elliot Ramos, a little bit of an L there. So again, just gonna try to show highlights like this, but you know, sometimes skip over them. Melly J-Rod, so that's always nice to see. Back to back. Nico Horner, not bad. I think like 1,200 subs flat with no like buy orders, pretty neutral. I wouldn't call it a dub or a loss. Like it's probably slight profit. It's probably like 300, 400 profit no matter what overall you exchange. Another Jacob Wilson. So yeah, he's priced at like 2,000 subs. So that's a huge dub. Probably just sell him. There's no risk in selling and taking a profit. Can't get broke taking a profit. Devers, good for an 80 overall gold. Objectively, like 800 subs is not crazy for the process that we're going through right now, but it should be slight profit. Arias, a little bit of an L there. O'Neal Cruz with the start he had to the year, you would think he was a little better, but clearly not. Mason Wynn. Kind of want to just fly. Okay, first Jeremy Pena. Took a while, but 2,600 subs in the bank. So I mean, I don't even know if I'm gonna bother with the calculations. I think we easily, assuming we did this in the cheapest manner possible each time, we easily made stubs. Now, did we do that? No. Some of these exchanges cost us like 650 or whatever, putting like 579s in was. And then I'm sure we put in some silvers that were over their quick sell value. So just assigning a flat value of 500 to each of these packs is not truthful. But when you're pulling Jeremy Pena, when you're pulling Rasmussen, it doesn't really matter, because it would just be straight profit no matter. You could probably be the least efficient way possible and be putting 79s in at 200 subs a piece, and you're still making profit on even that Dansby Swanson would be 200 subs profit. So I get the method. I see why people are keen on this. Again, I don't know if I would go out of my way to buy cards to do this. But if you just haven't cleaned your binder out in a while, like the last time I cleaned out my binder, Ken Murphy for the White Sox was like 700 subs because people were trying to get that rookie Eloy to knock out Team Affinity. So it's been a while. It's been a minute since we cleared out Ye Old binder. Trent Grisham's a gold in the year 2025. That's crazy. That is wild. Alright, last 5. We can get one more huge dub, that would be fire, but what we put in an estimated value of like 48.5 on this. I think we're easily walking away with at least 60. So we should have made like 1,200 subs or 12,000 profit, maybe even 20. But we'll see. I'm gonna go do some math and probably just quick sell a lot of gold. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to give you guys an exact estimate here. But I can promise you that I've been pretty diligent about clearing out golds and diamonds out of my binder. So for the most part, all of these dupes are going to be people we pulled. So I might just get my value this way. So I'm going to spoil it for you guys. Not going to give you an exact number because, you know, after tax and selling all these cards, and, you know, some of them I'll quick sell, some of them I will sell on the marketplace. We were already at 61,000 stubs. And I was pretty conservative for how much I thought I'd sell a card for. Like if J Rod's 2,200 right now, I did 2,000 just to account for like the tax and stuff. And like, you know, like say is 27, I just did 25. So for the most part, we 100% made stubs, and like I didn't count the 4 Geraldo Perdomos I pulled, or the couple O'Neill Cruzes or the Luis Arias's. So you know, there's probably an extra. Most of your money makers are like the 83 pluses, but there's probably still an extra 10, probably like 5 to 10k, just sitting in these low golds. So I think it's something you guys should definitely do. Gonna rehearse it again. Don't know if I can go out of my way to buy cards to do this, and you know, stress and sweat about what the most efficient ones to do are. They're 75s. But if you just haven't cleaned out your binder in forever, or if you just want to try to get some free roster update candidates like Suzuki and stuff, then I think this is a pretty good way to do it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, subscribe, all that. A little bit different of a video, but if it helps you guys, that's worth it. Peace.